And now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the Eastern Conference champions, the Boston Celtics. At center from North Carolina, number 30, Rasheed Wallace. At guard from Kentucky, number 9, Rajon Rondo. At guard from Connecticut, number 20, Ray Allen. At forward from Farragut Academy High School, number 5, Kevin Garnett. And at forward from Kansas, number 34, Paul Pierce. The head coach for the Celtics, Doc Rivers. The starting lineup for the Western Conference champions, your Los Angeles Lakers. At forward, 6'7" from St. John's, number 37, Ron Artest. The other forward, 7 feet from Spain, number 16, Pau Gasol. At center, 7 feet from St. Joseph's High School, number 17, Andrew Bynum. At guard, 6'1" from Arkansas Little Rock, number 2, Derek Fisher. And the other guard, 6'6" from Lower Merion High School, number 24, Kobe Bryant. The head coach of the Lakers, Phil Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, the deciding Game 7 is coming up next.
And so it continues. You've lived your life for this one moment. A chance to march into the pantheon of greatness, where a legacy of champions awaits.
Miami are champions of the Staples Center is packed and ready for the most dramatic event in professional sports. A Game 7 in the championship round. Kobe Bryant and the defending champion Lakers looking for the repeat. A chance to clinch back-to-back titles on their home floor. Meanwhile, for Boston, Paul Pierce and the Celtics hoping for one more gritty performance to give their fans yet the ultimate prize once again. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand, Doris Burke with us as well. Couldn't ask for a better ending. How fitting, the two most storied and successful franchises in NBA history. Two hated rivals getting together one more time, one game, to decide who will be the champion. And Jeff, at this stage, these teams know each other so well, it's no longer about X's and O's and adjustments.
Well, after the first few games of any series, it's not about tactical adjustments anymore. It's about an effort adjustment. And the Lakers made that effort adjustment in Game 6. They dominated the board, they dominated the paint, and they were on every loose ball. You look at the rebounding advantage. The winner in each game has out-rebounded his opponent. I don't think it'll be any different here tonight.
And they were so impressive in Game 6. Meanwhile, Mark, it's always fascinating to see, with the NBA's brightest lights on here, who will face the pressure and play well. Now, obviously, it's got to be a team effort, but are there any particular players who are vital for their team to win tonight?
Well, absolutely. We expect to see Kobe Bryant being spectacular, but the Lakers are at their best when he gets help, and that help, point the finger at Pau Gasol. They need him to defend, to score, and then to rebound. When he plays well, they are awfully, awfully tough to beat. For the Celtics, it's the same exact thing. We expect Paul Pierce to be a force on the offensive end, but he needs help from his leaders. Rondo on the offensive end, being the maestro and being aggressive, taking what the Lakers give him. And defensively, the anchor, the leader, Kevin Garnett, playing with force, being a presence, and then giving them something on the offensive post.
The Celtics and the Lakers, over the years, so many great names, so many great memories in this incredible rivalry. And we get another Game 7 coming up. This presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Game this year. Probably had as many practices, if not more, right? You know what you have to do out there. You go out there and beat this team to the ball.
Would say, get the ball, don't give up the ball, be an agitator, don't be a retaliator, be the agitator and hit first. Kendrick Perkins would say, I love you.
Don't stand and watch this game. No time for spectating.
You know, in 20 years from now, we're going to come back and we're going to have this reunion party. And when we shake hands, let's make sure our rings touch.
It's a moment and a game that kids dream about as they're growing up, learning the game of basketball. We're set for Game 7, Spanish language version of today's game presented by ESPN Deportes. Use the SAB button on your television. One final game. As you see, Rasheed Wallace in the opening tip for Boston. Wallace is the starting center. Kendrick Perkins tearing up his knee in Game 6 and will not play. Bynum gets inside. This is his first. Gasol's tip won't go. Battle for the ball. And the Lakers will have it. Our officials for tonight, Joe Crawford, Dan Crawford, and Scott Foster. For Joe Crawford, it's his third Game 7 of an NBA Finals. Did it 205 and did it 94. Bynum guarded by Wallace. How will Bynum's knee hold up? Another key question. Ball poked away, picked up by Pierce. Celtics trying to bounce back from a poor performance. Completely outplayed in Game 6. Scored just 67 points. Shot just 33% from the field as Fisher deflects it off of Rondo's leg. Good defense from LA. Perkins can only watch, and you have to feel for that young man. So difficult. Come this far, in the Game 7, he has to sit it out.
Oh, it's tough to watch. You appreciate everything that he does on the basketball floor and as a professional. I'm sure the Lakers appreciate it also. Got to give him a lot of credit, and it's certainly sad to see him on the side.
Artest, who had a good game in Game 6, misses that. Gasol already. Another second shot opportunity. Fisher hits the three.
Both possessions, LA's got multiple attempts at the basket. The Celtics are going to have to find a way to rebound the ball as Gasol's called for a block.
Believe it or not, that Fisher three was his first of the finals. He was 0 for 8 prior to nailing that one. We've certainly seen him make huge threes during the course of his terrific career.
But when you're going up against a team that has a length advantage over you, you've got to gang rebound. You've got to have people coming to the ball. And the Celtics in that previous possession didn't have it.
Wallace, a very good post-up player. So much of his offense comes from the three-point land now, but he's very adept down low.
Well, here's a guy that was one of the best power forwards in basketball for 10 years. Spurt. And I like what both teams are doing, trying to get the other guys involved offensively. You know your stars are going to get it going. You want to get a rhythm for the other guys.
Wallace has finals experience, certainly, with Detroit in 04 and 05. Gasol off balance, can't get it to go. Ball taken by Bynum. Knocked away, Bynum gets it back. They're letting him play early, blocked by Wallace. And Gasol with an excellent second effort. The big guys battling down low to start.
If you're the Celtics, you got to understand it's not about Garnett and Wallace. It's about gang rebounding. You need 5 guys dedicated and determined to get into the paint and come up with the rebound.
They were crushed on the boards early in Game 6 as Wallace banks it in. Wallace started 13 games during the regular season. He's come off the bench in every playoff game. He did not have a good regular season in his first year with Boston, but he's had some excellent moments in the playoffs. Ray Allen on Bryant. Gasol left open. More second chance opportunities, a foul. And Gasol will go to the rebound. Already the Lakers dominant on the glass, a 6-1 edge early.
This is Lakers just length and also athleticism, but give them credit. They're quicker to the basketball. If you're dressed in green, you got to find a way to get in there, put a body on somebody, and come up with the rebound.
If you saw that last replay, Ray Allen, as the skirmish was happening in the paint, he's hanging out at the top of the key on the free throw line. That's not good enough. Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Rondo are going to have good rebounding nights because Rasheed Wallace is a better defender than he is a rebounder. Garnett's going up against a guy who's 7 foot as well. So the perimeter players are going to have to do their job.
Gasol already with 5 rebounds as he misses the free throw. He had more rebounds in the first quarter than the entire Celtic team in Game 6. He's off to another strong start.
And Kobe Bryant had 11. He knew the importance of the game and of the importance of a rebounding factor as Garnett scores on a good feed.
Nice pass from Rondo. Celtics have hit their first 3 shots from the field after that dismal shooting performance in Game 6. Right down to Bynum. Bynum right now was too tall. And the length of the Lakers was a big point coming into the series. And right now the Lakers by 1.
That's good offense by the Lakers. You can tell that the Celtics mindset is to try to put 1.5, 2 guys on Bryant early on, not allowing him to catch fire.
Wallace will try from outside this time. And Rondo called for a reach-in foul. And let's send it over to Doris Burke for the first time tonight. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Mike. Phil Jackson was asked about Andrew Bynum's status in the pregame press conference. He said Gary Vitti and the Lakers training staff said no more than 10 minutes per half for Andrew Bynum. The only thing that would change that is if he tweaks his knee and it ends up being less minutes. But obviously, Mike, it looks good to start.
Ray Allen all over Bryant. Good defense there. Ball tipped. Rondo able to come away with it, but lost it. Picked up by Bryant. Hard drive to the basket. Knocked away. Boy, they're letting him play early. Bryant tripped up on a loose ball. Celtic ball. Not a lot of whistles in the early going.
You can let him play, but at some point, that's an obvious foul. And the guy loses control, gets into the seams. That's a good no call right there, but coming up with the loose ball, Rasheed Wallace grabs the right arm. Bryant goes down. That's a clear foul.
Pierce trying to go against Artest. Pierce didn't have a free throw in Game 6, so unusual. Rondo inside and gets the banker. Good ball movement from Boston.
Putting Rondo on the baseline is that pick and roll action, so he's not having to take jump shots.
Garnett on Gasol. Fisher left open. That 2-pointer won't go. And Wallace fumbles a bit, but comes up with the board. those transition games so vital. Phil Jackson said that's the #1 key for them coming into Game 7.
And the only way you can do that is to get stops, clean rebounds, like they just did. So their rebounding is important to slow down the Laker offense, but also to ignite their fast break offense.
The other part of that is adding the Lakers not being committed to running back, allowing him to dribble down the floor.
Allen again, good defense on Bryant. Double team by Pierce. Has to fire away. It's the side of the backboard. Boy, Ray Allen, excellent job there. And Pierce timed the help perfectly.
Well, you see the mindset of the Celtics. They're not allowing Bryant to take over this game early on. That's just a reckless one-on-one play by Bryant. When help comes, you've done your job. Get rid of the basketball. Here, Ron Artest on the perimeter. Give it up and trust him to make a shot.
Like I said, that's be the key for their victory. Defensively, as Pierce misses his shot, had a good look. Celtics have taken just 7 shots compared to 15 already for the Lakers, but they've missed 12 of those 15. And getting a number of offensive rebounds. Gasol, nice fake. Pretty move from the 7-footer.
But you also saw the difference. Bryant took the double team of Garnett and Allen, got rid of the basketball, and Gasol made the play.
Garnett doesn't find him off the dribble. Had a better shot when he first caught it. Goes out of bounds off the air ball, much to the delight of the Laker fans. It's been so much fun in each arena. The Celtic fans hate the Lakers, and the Laker fans hate the Celtics. A good heated rivalry, the best in the game. Saul inside, aggressive move, blocked from behind, and a jump ball. Again, the help defense. Garnett got a piece of it. And those two will jump it up. As we're already past the midway point of the first.
Talk about being a presence. Garnett, Rasheed Wallace giving up offensive boards. But here you see the both big guys contest the shot, not allowing Pau Gasol to get an uncontested layup. This is Game 7. It's time to do it or go home.
It's the 5th time that the Celtics and Lakers have played in a Game 7 in the NBA Finals as Boston with the early lead. Tommy Heinsohn one time had 37 points and 23 rebounds. That was Game 7, 1957. Celtics beat the St. Louis Hawks. Cedric Maxwell now doing radio. Had that great 24-point game against the Lakers in '84. They shined in Game 7. There's Rondo. Gets inside again and finish. Overall, this is the 17th time in NBA history that the Finals has gone to a Game 7. The home team has won 13 of the first 16. Artest, another offensive rebound. Bynum had it, lost it. Bryant gets it back. Tough shot. In and out. Already 9 offensive rebounds for the Los Angeles Lakers. Incredible. Garnett. And even though Bynum can't move like he used to, well, certainly with the knee injury, just his presence out there, Jeff, makes a huge difference. And we have a foul.
Exactly. The length is right now overwhelming the Celtics. This, even though they lead on the scoreboard as Glenn Davis comes to the game, this won't hold up. You continue to get pounded like they're getting pounded on the board, you're not going to have a chance.
And now you take Rasheed Wallace out. 1 foul on Wallace. Glenn Davis, who they list as 6'9", not 6'9". Now he has to guard Bynum. Garnett stays on Gasol. Bryant again. Triple team. Kicks it out. Extra pass to Fisher, the runner. Derek Fisher with a couple of buckets. And the Lakers back up by 1.
I'm going to tell you what's going to be important for the Lakers offensively. Ron Artest has got to be ready to catch the basketball and be aggressive. But Paul Pierce is totally ignored.
Ray Allen knocks down the 3. Allen in game 2 had that NBA Finals record with 8 threes. He regained his stroke after a struggle in games 3, 4, and 5. Shot the ball well in game 6. Artest lost it off the dribble. Here's where the Celtics, that's when they're at their best, forcing turnovers, but they can't hold on. They had possession, so the shot clock was reset. This saw a huge height advantage on Davis. Here's trying to help. Now they isolate. This all blocked. Garnett got a piece of it. Beautiful help defense there.
The initial defense by the Celtics has been outstanding. I love the help that Pierce is creating.
Rondo to Garnett. Perfect pass. And Boston up by 4.
A lot of good things have happened this entire series for the Celtics when they've gone in the pick and roll action.
It's all inside to Kobe Bryant. Good pass from the big man. And Bryant with his first field goal. He'd been 0 for 4.
That's bad defense by the Celtics also. Recognize the action on the strong side. You've got to be ready to defend.
Crowd chanting defense. Defense so good the other night. As Davis gets inside. Nice reverse layup. The big man showing his agility.
And if he takes that up on the strong side and doesn't use the rim for protection, that's a shot block by Pau Gasol. Great move by Davis.
Davis had the 18 points in game 4. That's the game that the Boston bench won in the 4th quarter. Bryant draws the foul, and he'll get to the line for the first time tonight. Kevin Garnett off to a good start, as are the Celtics.
Well, you're talking about game 7. You're talking about trying to take home the jewelry. Well, guess what? This is the ticket. Kevin Garnett being a force on the defensive end, altering shots, and then offensively, be ready to be aggressive and attack. Kevin Garnett dominating early, and Kendrick Perkins says, that's what I'm talking about. I'm here to cheer.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC. Brought to you by Grown Ups, in theaters June 25th, rated PG-13. And the G Series. Gatorade has evolved.
It's a great American Friday on ESPN. First, the United States takes on group leader Slovenia in a crucial match as the FIFA World Cup rolls on. Then golf's toughest test continues. The U.S. Open entering its 2nd round at Pebble Beach all day Friday on ESPN. Here on a Thursday night, Paul Pierce, the Celtic captain, grew up a stone's throw away from the old LA Forum, and this game and series means so much to him.
Yeah, it's a dream come true. I mean, I thought it was, a dream to win a championship against the Lakers, but now you're talking about a scenario where I have an opportunity to win a championship against the Lakers, where it all started for me as a kid, where I started playing basketball. The problem is I dreamt that I was that Laker. Hey, but the good thing is I'm going to be on that court and, with an opportunity to raise that trophy. Even though I was a big Laker fan, that's out the window now. I'm trying to beat the Lakers.
That Laker fan has wore Celtic green his entire 12-year career. And he talks about when he was a kid, he hated Danny Ainge when Ainge played for the Celtics. Ainge now the general manager and his boss with the Boston Celtics. Free throw is a problem early for LA. 1 of 4 from the free throw line. They're 6 for 22 from the field, but they're only down 3 because the rebounding. Allen won't go. And Lamar Odom, with his first minutes, gets the rebound. Odom played well in game 6, his best game of the finals.
Well, played very well, was aggressive offensively, rebounded the basketball, and made plays. That's when the Lakers are awfully tough. When Lamar Odom is facilitating.
Gasol drives. Offensive foul. Pierce draws the charge after the release. And Pau Gasol just picked up his 2nd foul.
And Pierce is doing a great job throughout the game of helping off Artest. This is well timed. Artest is going through. He reads the penetration, steps in. Great play by Pierce.
So that's where there should be some dialogue. It's been all quarter long. If you're Ron Artest, you should go up to Kobe Bryant and console and say, he's not playing me. I'm going to be in the corner. Fine.
Paul Pierce with his first field goal.
And I know I've beaten the drum about this, but put Paul Pierce in pick and roll, and you will get something good.
Right now, Celtics have something good up by 5. Kobe Bryant off the mark early as Rondo gets the rebound. It's part of that gang rebounding you want to see from them, Jeff.
Well, I also think it's the best way for them to get in transition. If Rondo rebounds it, he can push it without the need of an outlet pass.
Under 2 to play here in the first. Rondo, little ball fake inside to Davis. And again, Big Baby able to finish down low. It's a 7-point lead.
See the difference. Rondo coming off that pick and roll, not thinking about how he's being played. Exactly what Doc Rivers wants him to do. Make plays.
Good recovery. Rondo gets whacked on a screen. Fisher misses. Pierce another rebound. Quick outlet. 3-on-2 for Boston. Rondo looking, gets inside. Nope, they wave it off. Garnett called for a moving screen. And for Kevin Garnett, that's his second foul. So 2 key players with 2 personals.
And instead of being up, I don't think that's a foul on Garnett. I thought he got away with one earlier on a Rondo fast break, but that one there, he's just running the floor. So instead of being up 9, now with the depleted depth that they have to go right back to Rasheed Wallace.
Meanwhile, Nate Robinson comes in very early for him to give Rondo an early rest. Doc Rivers has been concerned about throughout the playoffs with all the responsibilities that Rondo has to give him early breathers, not do it in the fourth quarter, so early minutes for Robinson.
And I'm surprised that they've switched Pierce on to Kobe Bryant. I thought Pierce was doing a great job disrupting the rhythm of the Lakers by his help.
Artest gets it, and Wallace made a nice play to deflect it. Farmar on the drive. Jordan Farmar can't connect. Wallace tips it nicely to Pierce. Rasheed Wallace has played well in the start. Final minute, first quarter. Robinson not paying attention. Really lost it. Artest has done an excellent job on Pierce in this series. Pierce continues looking for Davis. Davis up and under. Big Baby got hit.
And that was a very smart play by Pierce. Initially, Rasheed Wallace came to set the pick and roll, but that would have brought Lamar Odom with him. He wanted Bynum involved in the pick and roll, so he sent Rasheed Wallace away, put Bynum, who has less lateral quickness, into it. He turns the corner, he finds Davis, and Davis works his way to the free throw line.
Davis is enjoying every second of this playoff run. He was on the team in 2008 when they won the championship, but was a big player, and he says himself he didn't play a huge part in winning. He's played a huge part in these playoffs. We mentioned Game 4. He's also had other big games. He had a 23-point game in the opening round against Miami when Garnett set out because of the suspension. Had a very good game in the Orlando series. He's undersized, but nobody plays harder. And the lead is up to 8.
And I'm also watching the game within the game. Joey Crawford goes over to Doc Rivers and says, tell Kendrick Perkins to calm down. I'm not going to take him jumping up and down and talking to me the entire game. Doc Rivers goes up to Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick then stands up during the foul shot, says to Joey Crawford, I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm not going to cost my team an opportunity to be wearing the juice.
But if you've just possibly torn ligaments, you should have free reign. If you can jump with a bad knee like that, let him jump. But that green shirt's got to go.
He's a Celtic.
Well, he had to wear green.
No. Go with the green tie, Kenny.
A 13-3 run now for the Boston Celtics. It's been a 12-point turnaround. Shot clock down to 4. Bryant with 2 players on him. Bynum right there. Can't get it to go. Tipped away again by Wallace. Davis dives on the floor, trying to get rid of it, and finds Nate Robinson. Final seconds. Ray Allen fakes, fires a 3. Rushed it. And that will end the first quarter. An excellent one for the Boston Celtics after shooting 33% from the field in Game 6. They light it up to start. 59%. Rondo leading the way with 4 assists and making things difficult for Kobe Bryant, who is just 1 of 7 from the field. First quarter complete here in Game 7. Celtics by 9.
Welcome back to Los Angeles with Boston coach Doc Rivers. You asked your guys in the pregame talk to be agitators. Evaluate that, Doc.
Well, that's what we're doing. You know, we got the guys that hit first and be aggressive. You know, not foul, just be aggressive and physical. You know, they're still hurting us on the glass, so they're doing a little bit of that. But other than that, we're getting stops and we got a good pace.
When Rajon Rondo plays well, you guys seem to win. Evaluate his start.
He's been great. He's been attacking. I thought last game he was more concerned with getting everybody else off, and I think tonight he's attacking the basket.
Doc, thanks.
Thank you.
Mike.
All right, Doris. So the Celtics win the first quarter. Whoever's won the first quarter has won all 6 previous games of these finals. In the 2010 playoffs, the first quarter winner has won 61 and 18. Incredible numbers. We talk so much about crunch time. Nice pass inside to Wallace and Stoner. But Jeff, you've always talked about, even back when you were coaching, the importance of that first quarter setting the tone.
Absolutely. It's the first quarter lead as Bryant takes, I think, his second of 8 good shots. I thought he forced way too many shots in the first quarter, and particularly, Mike, taking too many dribbles to get into those bad shots.
I totally agree with you. I don't think I've seen Kobe Bryant play a worse 12 minutes of basketball than he played in that first quarter.
Davis misses. Odom the rebound. Then the rebounding edge is what's keeping the game close. Odom blocked by Tony Allen, but a foul. Show you the versatility of Odom down one end, being able to take the ball the length of the floor, drawing the foul.
Well, this is good basketball. He caught the ball, 2 dribbles, showed the shot, on balance, in the paint. Excellent fundamental work by Bryant. And the shots he's been shooting prior to that, those shots are losing shots. You cannot win games shooting those type of shots. Good adjustment by him to get a better quality look.
Right now, the Lakers, they just can't shoot. As Bryant will sit down. From the field, they're 25%. From the free throw line, they're 1 of 5. Odom, as we said, in Game 6, 8 points, 10 rebounds. His first double-digit rebound in the finals. Also had a couple of blocked shots.
And I like what Doc Rivers is doing. Giving short rests to Rondo, short rests to Pierce. You cannot win this game, as Vujacic is called for a foul, on the road, giving too much rest to your core 4 guys.
Celtics will take it out. Reminder on ESPN Wednesday, June 23rd, the NBA Draft Preview Show. And then on Thursday, the 24th, the 2010 NBA Draft at 7 Eastern. Rondo directing the offense well early. Pierce on the pull-up. Rondo, offensive rebound. He's one of the best rebounding point guards in the league. Paul Pierce reminds him of Jason Kidd. Rondo's jump shot won't go. Vujacic the rebound.
George Muller goes underneath the screen and roll, allowing Rondo to shoot. He liked the mindset. Came off aggressive, just wasn't able to knock it down. If you're the Lakers, you continue to play that way.
Farmar steps up. Can't hit that. Artest the rebound. Back up and in. Another offensive rebound for the Lakers.
But as Artest is pushing him under, a perimeter player has to come in and get that rebound over the top. There's no way Pierce is going to be able to block out and rebound the ball against Artest in that position.
Lakers shooting poorly, but they have 11 offensive rebounds. That's why they're only down by 4. Back in Hollywood, where they are out in force for Game 7 of the NBA Finals at the Staples Center. Their Lakers down by 4. Some nervous fans. Ryan Seacrest sitting courtside. George Lopez, Ellen Pompeo, Dustin Hoffman, a huge basketball fan, and Coach Nicholson in his usual spot. Kobe Bryant getting the rest. A slow start, to say the least.
2 for 8. And give the Celtics credit. When he's facing multiple dribbles, they're coming with the second defender. These are too many dribbles. He's got to get into his attack earlier, because the more he pounds, the more they load, the defense up to him and forced very difficult shots. His last basket before he went to the bench was his best shot all night, catching it tighter to the lane, getting into the paint, and getting off a quality look.
And if you realize also, right after that play, Doc Rivers inserted Paul Pierce back into the ballgame because he was doing an outstanding job of playing center field and not allowing Bryant to play one-on-one.
He's trying to find Wallace. Wallace for three. Too strong. And test the rebound. Celtics just 1 of 6. Neither team has shot the three well consistently in these finals, both under 30% coming into Game 7.
That's good offense for the Celtics, though. Good offense. Rasheed Wallace, a knockdown shooter, getting a look.
Artest. Bynum. Another offensive rebound. Farmar kicks it out. Vujicic wide open. Rondo gets a running start. And Farmar, smart play to pick up the foul as we listen to the coach's huddle.
Oh, we took too many hard, tough shots out here. Got to get better shots. You do that by making the ball move. The ball's got to move.
We're getting good shots. We got to get stops. Every loose ball we got to get and stay solid. And keep pushing that rock. Keep pushing that rock.
Both Doc Rivers and Phil Jackson, one of the interesting parts of these finals is not a guarantee both will be back next year. Both have said there's a chance they won't return. Wallace misses. Jackson, it's more about his health. He says he'll know within a week after the season. Doc Rivers, it's more about spending more time with his kids and his family. And he says he'll make a decision soon after. Doesn't happen very often when the two coaches from the NBA Finals teams might not return. Nice pass, Bryant. At the soul. Took his time, got it to go.
Kobe Bryant can have double figures assists in this ball game if he wants to. Until the Celtics make an adjustment, he's got to make the right plays, and that's finding teammates.
Well, after that difficult first quarter, Lakers have outscored the Celtics 7-0 here in the first 3.5. Shot clock down to 5. Artest with the steal. Drives down, lays it in. Lakers have come back to tie it up on a 9-0 run. And the Staples Center crowd in an early frenzy. They were as loud as we've ever heard this arena the other night. Barnett trying to save it. Jack Nicholson did not try to pick up the charge, and it's Laker ball.
Barnett was in a code red going over there.
Oh, this crowd fired up.
Oh, you can't walk away like that.
Oh.
And then give the fake hustle of helping him up.
Very disappointing defense. Barnett is okay. Celtics still haven't scored yet here in the second quarter, and it's 4 minutes in. They missed their first 7 shots here in the period. Ryan looks over the shot clock, finds Artest. Ball deflected out, and still Laker ball, 8 to shoot. Both teams playing what you would expect, tenacious defense. Bryant nearly falls, gets back up, one on the shot clock, puts it up. And he grazes the rim, Artest the rebound. That shot just grazed the rim. And another offensive rebound for the Lakers. They're getting pounded, the Celtics are on the boards. Another turnover. Farmar. Wallace got a piece of it and Pierce the rebound. Good transition defense there. Rondo, coast to coast, and backs it in.
That was a great rebound by Pierce in traffic. They need more guys who are going to get traffic rebounds.
Well, it took the Celtics nearly 5 minutes to score their first points of the second. What a strange game to start. Shot clock again, down to 5. Bryant took a soul. Back out Artest. That's a 3. in shooting right now. The two teams have combined 2 for 14. Ray Allen, open three. He's been off. Hit that first one. But now 1 of 5 from downtown.
But that's the Celtics' best offense. Pushing the basketball. You get a quality look. A knockdown shooter just missing another jumper.
Gasol misses a jumper. Tell you what, though, Allen's doing a great job chasing his playing Kobe Bryant.
He is, and he's going to have to do both. He's going to have to make shots and defend.
As we approach the midway point of the second, 25-25. Defensive battle early. Rondo left wide open. Garnett. And a loose ball foul called on Farmar. And we'll have a timeout.
They need more transition opportunities. You get it by getting a stop and a rebound. Good rebound by Pierce. Great outlet pass by Pierce. And good decision by Rondo to attack the rim and don't stop until the first defender commits. Nice play by Rondo.
Thanks for watching ESPN on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
In the movie Grown Ups, we have to play ball against our old rivals.
Now, you know the hottest new rivalry. Like Cavs and Magic.
That's a tough team to stop.
When Orlando puts it inside and gives
Yeah.
it to the big man, they're really hard to stop.
Celtics, Lakers, back and it's big.
Bigger than ever.
Right now it's 1-1. Lakers, Celtics, the new Lakers.
The
Celtics.
new Lakers Celtics.
Oh, LeBron, Kobe.
I think that's a mutual respect club.
Those guys are going to be buddies. They're going to do a buddy comedy like Rush Hour.
Back of the Staples Center, midway through the second. 25-25, the best rivalry in NBA history. Certainly the two most successful teams. The Lakers so desperate to get that 16th move within one of the Celtics for #1 all time. Garnett. Makes his move, gets inside. Nice reverse.
And he's been so effective all series long after the first two games of facing Pau Gasol and making quick moves to either his left or his right going to the cup.
Fisher, stripped. Still Laker ball.
If you're Pau Gasol, you got to make an adjustment. Stay close enough where you can contest. But this is bad defense. A direct line drive to the cup. Good offense by KG.
Inside Kobe Bryant, can't get it to go. And another offensive rebound. Back to Artest. Odom fakes. And a foul on Artest. Well, one of the main reasons why the Lakers are getting so many offensive rebounds is because they had a lot of opportunities. They have missed 30 shots already. 11 for 41, 27%.
And down 2. That's unheard of.
Unbelievable.
If you're the Celtics and you lose this finals game, it will haunt you for a long time, thinking about how many second opportunities you've given up.
Allen gets inside the runner for Allen. That won't go. Bryant the rebound. Jeff, how much of this is terrific defense and how much of it is just guys unable to make shots? It's Garnett with a hard foul. That's going to be 3 on Garnett. How much of guys not making shots, maybe feeling a little finals pressure?
Well, I think you have to give credit to the great defense. I mean, it's great defense by both teams. But at the same token, they're missing some very makeable shots. What I like is both teams are forcing the lesser offensive players to take the shot. And the Celtics have kept it close, where if they can keep it close throughout the game, it's going to be more difficult for the guys like Artest to feel the confidence to knock it in.
Garnett will sit most likely for the remainder of the second as he picks up his 3rd foul.
And anytime Bryant gets the opportunity to play one-on-one, does a good job here, turning the corner, takes it to the body of Kevin Garnett as opposed to try to out-jump him, get to the foul line, and try to get some sort of rip.
Bryant missing the first one badly. Hits the second. They're 3 of 8 from the line. Meanwhile, the Celtics have only taken 2 free throws thus far. They only took 10 free throws the entire game in Game 6. Pierce, nice pull-up.
And in Game 5, they didn't get to the line much at all either.
13 times in Game 5. 3-point Celtic lead. 4.5 remaining in the second. Gasol, quick move, back out. Artest jump shot. Rondo had it, lost it, gets it back again, and is still scrambled. And Pierce comes away. Boy, it has been a scrappy first half. And Allen out of bounds when he caught it. That's 7 turnovers for Boston. Amazing as being here. Season tickets for 2010-2011 on sale now. Go to nba.com/tickets. Reserve your seats. The NBA, where amazing happens. Where defense happens here in Game 7 of the finals. It has been an offensive struggle. Artest. That's good. A three-pointer for Ron Artest.
And I like what he's doing. The bottom line is if you're on the floor and they're going to dare you to shoot the basketball, then shoot the basketball with confidence.
Lakers shooting 28% from the field and the game is tied. Pierce won't go. Artest all 9 of his points here in the second period. He finally came out of his shooting slump in Game 6. Bryant spinning, tough shot, won't go again. Gasol keeps it alive. Davis comes away with a rebound. And Allen falls down, tripped up by Fisher. They are fighting tooth and nail out here in the first half.
At some point, you have to understand how you're being defended. They're giving you these wide open shots, and if you're Artest, be ready to lock and load on the weak side. With confidence, or if you don't shoot it, you're hurting your basketball team.
Ray Allen hasn't missed a free throw in these finals. He's 19 for 19 from the line. He's struggling shooting from outside here in Game 7, 1 of 6. We talk about this all the time, Mark. As a player struggling shooting the ball, even going to the free throw line and just getting a feel and watching it go in can help your confidence, correct?
Well, absolutely. That's the reason why you would see Kobe Bryant take it to the body of Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen getting to the free throw line. Watching it go through the rim allows you to become confident and establish a rhythm. And you see the difference time and time again throughout the course of the season.
Gasol the drive. I think Wallace got a piece of it. Rasheed Wallace's defense has been excellent. After they get that initial stop, just giving up too many offensive rebounds.
And they want to isolate Paul Pierce. They want to get him the basketball and let him play.
Fisher, though, knocks it away. Pierce gets it back, and then a foul on Fisher. And Fisher has picked up his second foul. He does not like the call as the Lakers are in the penalty. So Pierce will head to the free throw line. The defensive battle continues. What you would expect. Tough physical play here. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Lakers and Celtics battling. 2:48 remaining here in the first half. Celtics clinging to a 2-point lead.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC. Brought to you by GMC. Watch GMC and Dude Perfect engineer shots you've never seen at gmc.com/pickupgames. And Nike Basketball.
It's a great American Friday on ESPN. First, the United States taking on group leader Slovenia.
In a crucial match, the FIFA World Cup rolls on. And then, it's golf's toughest test. United States Open
enters its second round at Pebble Beach all day Friday on ESPN. Here on ABC, Game 7 of the NBA Finals, round 2 of our Celebrity Watch. And we do this because Jeff Van Gundy is a celebrity watcher. Usher, sitting courtside. Your man T.O. hanging out once again. And Leonardo DiCaprio. We still have to wonder about your reaction when you saw Jennifer Garner at breakfast earlier this morning. Very scary.
You know what? She might have the cutest young kid I've ever seen. I would babysit for her tonight after the game.
I'll tell you what, you embarrassed us with your behavior. You embarrassed us at breakfast. Waving to the little girl through the window. Are you kidding me? She's cute.
You know, I've actually seen her like grow up through Us Magazine and People Magazine. So when I got to see her in real life, it's like, you know.
This is very disconcerting.
And by the way, Leonardo DiCaprio, we should have highlighted his girlfriend instead.
Walking around the drive. Bryant pulls up. Rattles that one in. Just 2 for 11 before hitting that. And the Celtics lead cut to 2.
And Shannon Brown, who was the first guard in Game 6, gets in after a very good performance, but late.
The bench played well in Game 6 for the Lakers. Wallace 5 on the shot clock. Turns and shoots and banks it in. Boy, you see how good he is down low in the post. You wonder why he spends so much time out on the perimeter.
Well, that's like your own shot clock and energy saver if you're the Celtics playing big minutes. He's holding it there for like 15 seconds.
Bryant can't connect. Rondo the rebound, helping out on the boards with his 4th. Ray Allen the drive. Pierce for 3. Puts it in. Paul Pierce from downtown. And the Celtics back up by 7 just like that.
Good aggressive play by Ray Allen, making the play for Pierce with his penetration.
Crowd getting up. Minute and a half left in the second. Artest. And good strong move. Artest and Pierce get tangled up. Some high elbows, some extra pushing and shoving. And I think we're going to get, Scott Forster's in, I think we're going to get double technicals on those two. The veteran crew. We've seen them during the finals avoid giving a lot of the double technicals, letting the guys kind of show their emotion, which has been a good thing. Danny Crawford will give the official word.
You see both guys getting tangled up. I like the fact that they understood this coming in. Pierce and Artest fully understood it. They talked about having nothing but respect for one another, but when they're in between the lines, they get after it and get after it hard.
So Pierce gets the personal foul. They get the double technicals. And again, for those who don't watch a lot of NBA, one technical is not a big deal. You get a second one, you're automatically ejected.
Pau Gasol, Kobe Bryant, both shooting the ball very poorly. Artest, the influence of his offense on this game so far, forget his 3 steals. His scoring has really kept them afloat.
11 points all in the second quarter. Again, Wallace has that high release. Makes it very difficult to block. Odom bodies up on him. Wallace takes his time. That one off the mark. And Pau Gasol with his 10th rebound here in the first half. Celtics have done an excellent job defensively on Kobe Bryant. Not only individually, but always a second and third guy going at him. Artest spinning. Stripped by Ray Allen, but a foul. They might call it on Rasheed Wallace. Yep. That's 2 on Rasheed Wallace. Oh, how does he argue that one?
Oh, it's clearly a foul. I like the patience of the Lakers offense also, recognizing that Ray Allen was defending Ron Artest. They swing the basketball and give Artest a chance.
Coming up at halftime, the T-Mobile halftime report. Stuart Scott, Magic Johnson, Michael Wilbon, John Barry analyze the first half and then discuss Kobe Bryant's legacy. The guys getting ready. Bryant trying for his 5th NBA championship. He was so disappointed with the way it finished, obviously, in 2008. That Game 6 destruction in Boston. They had that bus ride back to the hotel where the fans threw rocks, threw bottles, shook the bus. It became almost a dangerous situation. The Lakers remember that well. They'd love to get a little revenge here tonight as Bynum's called for a foul. The Lakers have been in the penalty for a while. And a good barometer of Paul Pierce. Is he rebounding? Is he getting to the free throw line? That shows how active he is. He has 6 rebounds. This will be his 3rd and 4th free throw of the first half.
I think some of his in-traffic rebounds have really been good. But at halftime, they're going to have to get the rebounding paint game under control.
Josh Powell's going to come in for the final 34 seconds. Brian Scalabrine, who was activated with the Kendrick Perkins injury, he checks in. Scalabrine's first minutes of the finals.
And Rasheed Wallace did a great job that first half defensively. Didn't do a great job on the board, but overall play, his post game, his individual defense, really good work.
6 points, 4 boards, 2 blocks. Celtics perfect at the free throw line, 8 for 8. And the lead back up to 6. Pretty full court pressure.
But when you got a lockdown defender like Scal, you got to let him go.
Scalabrine doing a good job keeping Odom in front of him. Odom lost the ball. Oh, gets it back. Bryant with 6 on the shot clock. Walker Davis the rebound. Bryant thought he got fouled. And Rondo couldn't handle a pass. Bad outlet from Davis. Although Davis yelling at Rondo, hey, you got to run.
No, but Rondo's right. That should have been a last shot of the quarter. Remember, game 2, they had the same problem at the end of the quarter. Poor outlet pass led to Kobe Bryant's 3.
And you talked about Scalabrine's lockdown defense making fun. But the bottom line is that possession was picture perfect. Paid attention to the scouting report, did not allow Lamar Odom to get to his left hand and forced them into getting rid of the basketball.
Absolutely. He's a very good. Remember, he had a 25-point game against Detroit in the playoffs when he was with the Nets. He's a serviceable player.
9 seconds remaining, shot clock off. Tony Allen, who's done an excellent job on Bryant in this series, guards him here. Bryant to drive, kicks it out. Shannon Brown fires it up. Nope, they wave it off. Would not have counted anyway. And that's fitting for the Lakers. A missed shot to end the half as they shoot 26% from the field. Both Bryant and Gasol struggling big time shooting the basketball as the Celtic defense was excellent. Laker defense not that bad either. And Paul Pierce leading the way with 11 points for the Celtics. He's with Doris.
Your defense sensational there, particularly on Kobe and Powell. What are you doing well with their 2 guys?
Well, we're just helping out when they put the ball on the ground, limit them from getting into the paint, and limit their wide open looks. I think we're doing a good job in protecting the paint and getting hands up on the shots.
Ron Artest kept them afloat in the second period, Paul. What changes about strategy if he continues?
Well, I got to keep them off the offensive boards. Got a couple offensive boards for layups, one in transition. So got to do a better job at finding them on the shot and his 3-point shots.
Paul, thank you. Mike.
All right, Doc Rivers keeps saying that he's their best scorer. He was in the first half. As the T-Mobile halftime report coming up next with Stuart, Magic John, and Michael. You'll look at the first half and then check in on Kobe Bryant's legacy. Game 7 of the NBA Finals here from the Staples Center in Los Angeles. 1 game. The winner will become NBA champions again. Halftime. Celtics 40. Lakers 34.
Relax. Get into the game. You know, use your ball fakes. Use your ball movement.
The key for us this next 24 minutes is we got to stay aggressive, keep attacking, all right? And every possession is big. We can't take one off, all right? We can't take one off. We got to go get this, right?
Halftime of Game 7 of the NBA Finals from Los Angeles. And the Celtics right now with a 6-point advantage. 24 minutes or perhaps more to come. And you see some very ugly offensive numbers, especially for the Lakers. Shooting 27%, you're going to have a lot of chance for offensive rebounds. 15 of them, but they still trail by 6 as we get set for the third quarter. And hi again, everyone. A very strange first half. The defense, they played with such passion. They played so hard. They made it very difficult for any offensive rhythm. And for the Celtics, the key for them is always if they can get things going in terms of the running and transition game. It was hard to do, but when they did, it was effective.
It was, and the key is they defended well, but they didn't rebound the ball well enough. But when they did do it, they got transition opportunities.
And this is our Windows 7 winning combination.
You see Rondo, the high outlet near half court. He attacks. Two Laker bigs are struggling in transition. He gets all the way to the rim. And then whenever you miss a transition opportunity, most times you give up one. Good outlet by Pierce. 4 Lakers behind the ball. Good decision by Rondo as he pushes it with pace. Bryant doesn't step over and stop the ball. He takes it all the way to the rim and finishes.
Yeah, Rondo had that early start, played well. Meanwhile, our Coors Light Cold Hard look, Mark, to you is about rebounding. Celtics certainly missed Kendrick Perkins, and that's been a big story for them because of the way the Lakers dominated that offensive glass.
Well, absolutely, and that's no excuse to be dominated on the offensive boards, giving the Lakers hope in the second half. Talking about Pau Gasol shooting a wide open jump shot. Small guys on the perimeter, you got to fight and be involved. Corner jump shot by Ron Artest. Just Rondo, the smallest guy in green, the only guy in the paint. Recipe for disaster. And then active hands, the length of the Lakers, dominating. 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots, 5 shots. They do a great job of pursuing the basketball, and it has given them hope and kept them in this ballgame.
Well, with 24 minutes to go, the NBA championship still very much up for grabs as we check in with Doris Burke.
Mike, I caught up with Laker assistant Frank Hamlin. There was real frustration in their inability to swing the basketball offensively. I asked him what Boston was doing differently. Defensively, he said they're trying to keep Kobe on one side of the floor. We have preached as a staff all series to swing the basketball. If we don't do that, we'll be ineffective on the offensive end, guys.
All right, Doris. Phil Jackson said about this game, it's a high-tension situation. Nice pass, Rondo to Garnett. After that first half again, we're talking about a little bit how much of it is some Game 7 nerves, how much is fatigue. These guys are really battling out there.
Well, they're competing extremely hard. I thought near the end of the half, the Celtic perimeter players were very tired as Artest went to the rim.
And good second effort. Pierce blocked the first shot. And the strength of Artest, he's got 14 points to lead all scorers.
And it's been in the paint where he's done his work.
Rondo, you see wearing that Band-Aid, he got 4 stitches in Game 6, and he took a shot from Artest on a drive to the basket. And Kobe Bryant, count it, and a foul. No, they're going to say before the shot. The foul is on Bryant. Garnett felt the contact and wisely threw it up at the basket, banked it in. But they will not call continuation.
I like what Rondo's doing. Calls Kevin Garnett at half court. Certainly not in the act of shooting. It says, settle down. Don't worry about it. Stay the course. Let's run our sets, and we'll get something good again.
Just the first foul on Bryant. Rondo looking for Ray Allen. Allen turns and shoots. That won't go. Ray Allen just 1 of 7 from the field. Foul on the pass. Rajon Rondo picks up his second. Right now, foul problems is only one player who has 3. That's Kevin Garnett. Of course, that means a lot for the Celtics. Without Kendrick Perkins, out with a knee injury, suffered in the first quarter of Game 6. And Garnett talking a lot emotionally about Kendrick Perkins. Remember, it was Garnett last year when he missed the playoffs with that knee injury. He knows what it's like to sit and watch how difficult that is. Perkins, very popular player on the team. A significant loss for the Celtics. Bryant, long 3. Garnett tips it to Pierce.
I thought that was a very tentative move by Pau Gasol. Wasn't trying to make a play.
Nice pass inside. Garnett gets it to go. And a foul. Nice lob pass in, and the Celtics back up by 8.
Rondo is playing outstanding basketball tonight. You cannot front if there's no ball pressure. There's no need to front if you're Gasol. good on-point pass by Rondo, but a bad decision by Gasol.
Garnett to the free throw line. Bryant, by the way, that's his second foul. After that last miss, he's 3 for 15 from the field. And this equals the largest lead for the Boston Celtics.
You can count on one hand how many good looks he's had all night. Give credit to the Celtic defense and also to Bryant for being impatient.
Wallace, good help. Bryant shot short. Another miss. But another offensive rebound. Artest steps back for three. That won't go. Rondo comes up with it. Again, Rasheed Wallace giving Doc Rivers some excellent minutes in place of the injured Kendrick Perkins. Fisher fights over the screen. Tough shot from Rondo and gets it to go. And the first double-figure lead causes Phil Jackson to call timeout. Rajon Rondo, 8 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. And the Celtics with the largest lead of the night.
Good job by Rondo, not trying to be a scorer, but being a facilitator. The ultimate maestro. One trip, making plays for others. Another trip, making it for himself.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC. Brought to you by New York Life, the company you keep.
Aerial coverage provided by MetLife. See how MetLife can provide the coverage you need. Visit MetLife.com today. Back at Staples Center for Game 7. This has been an unpredictable series. And certainly who would have predicted Kobe Bryant having these kind of struggles tonight?
Well, again, give credit to Ray Allen and the Celtics. Coming with some double teams, contesting shots, forcing him to take multiple dribbles. These are impossible shots right here. Now, this is a little bit better look, but still a three. Ray Allen does a good job contesting, and then a long two, which Ray Allen contested. And he has been so efficient through 6 games. I'm absolutely shocked he struggled as much as he had. He is rebounding, but he's got to find a way to get better quality shots.
When you think about it, 1994 in the finals, John Starks of the New York Knicks shot 2 for 18. Tonight, Kobe Bryant 3 for 16. I thought Starks had quality looks. Bryant is forcing taking bad looks.
Got a good look there. Won't go. Rasheed Wallace, another rebound. 6 boards for Wallace. Again, had not started at all in the playoffs. Started 13 times during the regular season, coming up big for Doc Rivers and the Celtics. Garnett against Bynum. Garnett takes Bynum out.
And I think if you're Bryant, the mentality should be make plays for others or put the ball on the floor and force the issue. Find a way to get to the free throw.
Foul ball, offensive foul on Artest. It appeared Scott Foster was ready to call a block, but Danny Crawford says a charge, and that's 2 on Artest. And it's only the 4th turnover for the Lakers. With their poor shooting, that's helping keeping them in the game.
I tell you what, former Houston Rocket coach Rudy Tomjanovich said, never underestimate the heart of a champion. Give credit to this Celtic team. Who would have thought that they'd still be hanging around with a chance to win it all, short of a big man, and finding a way to grind it out.
This is the way they've won all season. A season that had many doubts coming into the playoffs. But they have been the grittiest team in the NBA, no question about that. Shot clock down to 4. Here's tough shot. Rondo, the offensive rebound, goes back up and banks it in. Rajon Rondo, terrific play, and it's a 13-point lead. Anxious crowd now as Bryant draws the foul. Celtics now on a 7-0 run.
The offensive rebound by Rondo, wanting it more than anybody else, and then staying aggressive. Gets the lay-in over the contested hand of Fisher. And I like what Bryant did on the other end. Put his head down and made a play. Try to get something going offensively.
Tony Allen is going to come in as Paul Pierce. Bryant hits the free throw. He's shaken up right now.
Grabbing his right shoulder.
But a good sign is that there's no trainer near him.
It's not a good sign for the Celtics if he's on the bench. I don't care if the trainers come or not, because right now,
the trainer's coming.
Yeah.
Eddie Lassert gets there. Rondo, another rebound. He's 6th. The Lakers, 7 of 14 from the free throw line. Terrible free throw shooting. They have struggled shooting the basketball in every which way. Bad pass from Allen, stolen by Fisher. Artest, he's been aggressive, back out. Bryant fakes and stripped. Allen and Gasol trying to call time, and he gets it. Now Gasol diving on the floor, calling the 22nd timeout. Celtics right now up by 12, but Paul Pierce on the bench and grimacing a bit as he grabbed his shoulder after this play. Some discomfort for the Celtic captain. The NBA season ends tonight with Game 7 of the Finals, but a busy offseason. And you can catch it on ESPN, the 2010 NBA Draft Preview Show, Wednesday, June 23rd at 10 Eastern. And then Thursday, coverage begins at 7 Eastern, the 2010 NBA Draft on ESPN.
and my partner, Mark Jackson, will not be at either because of his son, Mark Action Jackson II, graduating from Taft High School.
Well deserved. I'm an extremely proud dad. You should be. Bryant nails that one. A real struggle for Bryant. A 10-point game. Still early here in the third. Pierce is going to come back in. Rondo struggling, gets back in, flips it up. Won't go. And takes it away from Bryant, but couldn't hold on. Boy, Rondo just never gets up on a play. Side for the Celtics. Pierce back in. Tony Allen will sit. Rondo, meanwhile, he's played all but 70 seconds. Ray Allen's played most of the way. Kobe Bryant, Ron Artest, same thing for the Lakers. In the final game of the season. Gasol, nice spin move using the left hand. So impressive, a man that size with such skill with the basketball.
Much better offense the last couple of trips for the Lakers. Ball movement and man movement.
And the crowd fired up again. This Staples Center crowd has been unbelievable during the finals. Cheering against the hated Celtics. Garnett the drive, flips it up and gets it to go. 13 for Garnett.
Well, the last trip, after Rondo shot, KG talked to him. He said, good shot, but look for me on the offensive end. Understanding how he is capitalizing on the Powell match.
Fisher, a two-pointer. Good soft touch for the veteran. Talked so much about Kobe Bryant trying to win that 5th championship ring. Fisher right there with him.
And to co-sign what Mark said, they're moving Fisher off baseline screens now, which makes it a little bit better people movement. And that's how they got the Gasol post up.
Fisher on Rondo. Bryant guarding Ray Allen. Again, clock winding down. Rondo to the basket. Too strong. Odom leading the break. Artest drives inside. Banker. Oh, Odom right there for the foul. And the Celtics need a timeout. Yet another offensive rebound for the Lakers.
Sometimes you just got to find a way to get back into the ball game. Pushing the ball off of a stop. Lamar Odom, outstanding job following in the contest. How about Derek Fisher coming off the down screen, lock and load, knocks down the jump shot. Lakers, 18 offensive rebounds. We have ourselves a Game 7.
Last year, the NBA and the NCAA formed iHoops, a joint initiative to support the growth and development of youth basketball. This season, plenty of NBA stars, including Pau Gasol, Derek Fisher, Dwight Howard, all doing their part to encourage and inspire the kids by hosting clinics during which they taught basketball fundamentals and emphasized the importance of teamwork and sportsmanship. Dwayne Wade and his friends. To learn more, visit ihoops.com. The NBA where caring happens. 5.5 remaining here in the third. Round 3 of our Select Watch. They are out in force. Jeremy Piven, Christina Aguilera sang the national anthem, second straight game. Andy Garcia, Greg Kinnear, frequently here. Laura Dern and Courtney Cox-Arquette with some good courtside seats. And they are watching a physical, hard-fought battle. Not the prettiest of games, but the defense is taking care of that. Any defensive coach would be proud of the effort of these two clubs here in the game 7. Ray Allen can't go. Wallace, the rebound.
Since that game, too, Ray Allen has just been a struggle with his shooting.
He got a little bit in game 6, but it's back to struggles. Artest with the steal. Pierce gets it back. Pierce kicks it out. Wallace for 3. Wow, way off. He thought he got hit. Bryant threw it behind Odom. And there's Rondo. And Artest back defensively. Pierce for 3. It's good. Paul Pierce from downtown. And the lead back up to 9.
But Lamar Odom trotted back. That would have been his play, but he was frustrated by the turnover at one end, which hurt him at the defensive end.
The three-point shooting has been poor. The Celtics get a big one there with 4.5 to play in the third. Ryan on Ray Allen. Shot from Joe Wallace, another rebound, his 8th. Now Wallace grimacing as he comes up the floor. He's been battling a bad back ever since the conference final series against Orlando.
This just in, Mike. Now is not the time to grimace.
Pierce has it up top against Artest. Pierce falling away. Another rebound for Kobe Bryant. That's 10 boards for Bryant. He's just 4 of 19 from the field. 0 for 5 from downtown. His team down 9. Odom to the basket. Ready more from Lamar Odom.
And offensively, I don't think the Celtics should just rely on Pierce isolation. Put him again in the pick and roll. Make him guard more than one option.
Single coverage in the post. Wallace. Nice bank shot. He does it again. Wallace has 4 field goals, all of them good low post shots.
And all game long on the block, he's been extremely patient.
Odom left open. Garnett daring him to shoot. Bryant drives inside. Bryant trying to draw the charge, and Bryant able to put it in.
A good offense by Bryant that time, not settling, but I believe if you're in the ball, you have to shoot that basketball. A wide open shot, you have to step in with confidence.
Garnett, single coverage against Gasol. Artest leading to help. Garnett blows past. Oh, he blocked it! Terrific block from Pau Gasol. Gasol, he's fouled. And they're saying the act of shooting. Gasol just 8 points, but 10 rebounds, and a good defensive play here.
Garnett had been hurting him with the face-up, had scored on the play before. Gasol hits him on the hand part of the ball. Good block shot by Gasol. And now he's worked his way to the free throw line.
Gasol was tremendous in game 6. He led the team in rebounding, in assists, in blocks. Kobe Bryant said he was sensational. This series means a lot to Gasol. We've talked about it back in 2008 when the Celtics beat the Los Angeles Lakers in 6 games to win the championship. Garnett dominated his matchup against Gasol. Gasol said physically he knew he wasn't ready for that. He's worked on it as Fisher's going to go back to the locker room. Gasol got stronger, helped his conditioning, and he's now one of the premier players in the world as he hits the free throw. Let's take a look at this play. This could be where Fisher hurt himself. We'll get word. We'll pass along info as soon as we get word. Now we got back-to-back free throws to go. 5-point game with 2.5 to play here in the third. Artest. Pierce spinning. Wild shot. Way off the mark. Another rebound for Bryant. Bryant to drive, knocked away by Ray Allen. Here goes Rondo. Brown gets back. Rondo stripped the foul. How about Ray Allen's defense once again on Kobe Bryant, leading to that play. As Brown picks up the personal.
You know, great defense by Allen, but also help defense. You see Glenn Davis there stopping the penetration and in active hands. And Rondo going coast to coast. Shannon Brown with the foul. Rondo going to the line.
And look at the numbers from the free throw line as he puts that one. That was perfect. 4 for 17 from the line. He's always struggled, but not to this extent. Crowd reacting to a replay of that Brown foul on the big screen. I think they disagree. Rondo misses. Baby Davis with the offensive board. Taken away. Wrestled right out of his hands from Ron Artest. 2 minutes left in the third. Shot clock at 7. Artest looking. And he stepped out of bounds.
This is one of the most poorly played games you'll ever see from an offensive standpoint, and one of the hardest competing defenses at both ends that you'll ever see.
Such physical defense right from the start. With the shooting numbers, 32% for the Lakers, 43% for the Celtics.
And whoever wins isn't ever going to worry about how it's judged. It'll just be a championship.
But the losing team will have tough nights sleeping, realizing the mistakes that they've made.
Ray Allen in and out, halfway down. Allen 1 for 9 now from the field. And a foul on Glenn Davis. 14th foul against the Celtics. Lakers will take it out. First foul on Davis.
Doc Rivers calls a set for Ray Allen, a floppy down set where he comes off the screen. This is a great look offensively. You have a shooter curling, not able to knock down the shot.
Then you look, Kobe Bryant 5 for 20, Ray Allen 1 for 9. Unexpected numbers from great scores. Shannon Brown gets it in. Won't go, tipped by Owen, gets it back and puts it up and in. Lamar Odom. A big bucket for the Lakers. They cut it to 4. Derek Fisher about to come back on the floor.
Too much ISO if you're the Celtics.
Davis pulls his way inside, but couldn't finish. And Pau Gasol with his 12th rebound. Too much dribbling. Davis played him well. Bryant comes back up top. Artest for 3. Garnett taken away by Brown, but it's going to be Celtic ball with 27.4 remaining in the third.
Oh, a good offense by Bryant that time, not trying to do too much. Getting Ron Artest a wide open look. Artest just not able to knock it down.
Scalabrine comes in. Kevin Garnett getting a little rest to end the third, then with the break between the quarters, so a little longer time to get himself ready for the fourth.
Because they're not going to be able to afford to have him out much in the fourth. Good substitution by Doc Rivers.
Lakers have a foul to give here. There's about a 2.5-second difference between the game clock and shot clock.
You're Pau Gasol, you got to realize you're defending a shooting Scalabrine.
Rondo looking. Scalabrine's going to have to put it up. Makes the drive. Goes, flips it up. No. 24-second violation. Doc Rivers not happy, and now the Lakers will have 3.4 to get off the shot. Plenty of time. Quick substitution. Tony Allen will come in for Ray Allen. Farmar, Brown, Artest, Gasol out on the floor. Odom will inbound.
Oh, and Glenn Davis defending Pau Gasol. That should be a direct pass to Pau.
Ball deflected and goes out of bounds with 1.2 remaining. Good play from Tony Allen. So now the Celtics get it back with 1.2 left. Ray Allen will come back in. Scalabrine sits.
heaves it up at the end of the quarter. And that will end the third period. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Hard-fought, physical defensive battles. The two most storied and successful franchises in NBA history trying to get another title. This one up for grabs as we head to the fourth. This presentation of the NBA Finals will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Welcome back to Los Angeles with Phil Jackson. Phil, two hard-playing defenses, but why such a struggle offensively?
I just think, you know, I've been talking to Kobe about trying to do too much. Off the dribble, he's got to do more with a live ball, off ball.
Thank you, Coach. Mike.
All right, Doris, he's 5 of 20 from the field, Mark. And you say, what is he talking about? Well, he's dribbling the basketball. They're able to keep an eye on him. Double team and then active hands, trying to do too much. Here, double team tries to go the other way. Double team, they're forcing other guys to take and make shots and living with the results. That's a quality possession. Ron Artest just missed it. Bryant struggling all game long. 5 for 20. I've played in this league for a long time. I've played with some great players. I'm betting on greatness. Great guys have a way of understanding I'm struggling, but it's just a matter of time. He'll start the fourth quarter on the bench. Fourth quarter, Game 7 NBA Finals, a 4-point game. 12 minutes to determine a champion. Unless, of course, we get overtime.
Or the commissioner cancels the game.
Gasol. Count it, and a foul. Big Baby hit him. It's a 2-point game. And I like the substitution by Phil Jackson. Getting Kobe Bryant out of the game and getting other guys involved. So Pau Gasol now gets a catch, and he's able to take advantage of his mismatch on the offensive end. If you're Jackson, you're hoping Bryant slows it down and sees how he can be effective on the floor. Boy, another missed free throw. Lakers 9 of 17 from the line. Here's Swanson. Artest right up on top of him. Here's the drive. Oh, excellent Laker defense. Ball deflected. Last touch by Wallace. I'm going to tell you what, Ron Artest has been outstanding in Game 7 on both ends of the floor. Flat out a stud tonight.
And that's why, to me, you have to put Pierce into more one-on-one, more pick-and-roll situations instead of one-on-one. Because he's not getting anything good off his isolation.
Artest makes the drive. Davis knocks it away. Vujicic gets it back. Can't get it to go. And a loose ball foul call against the Celtics. Gasol had it in his grasp and got whacked. Big Baby picks up another personal. That's 3 on him. And Pierce looked like he was going to get a breather. Artest will come out and get a rest as Kobe Bryant quickly comes back.
And Artest actually looked over at Phil Jackson and asked for this blow. Needed a quick breather, and you don't mind as a coach. You're giving me everything you have on both ends of the floor. I'll give you a breather.
He's played all but 90 seconds of the game. Bryant on the pull-up, in and out, and Davis the rebound.
But that was a good shot. That was well-balanced, mid-range jump shot.
The shooting struggles continue for Kobe Bryant. You see the number 5 for 21. He's guarding Ray Allen now. Farmar's on Rondo. And a foul on Vujicic on the entry pass. Team's first, his second. Garnett back in. And Artest also returns.
Because they didn't want, it looked like Pierce was coming out when Ray Allen checked in. He stayed in. So when Artest came out, they didn't want to have Pierce on the floor without Artest being on the floor.
Rasheed Wallace sits. 14 to shoot. Into the hands of Rondo. He's had a solid game. Pierce trying to draw the foul. Won't go. Rondo tips it back. They can go in the backcourt and grab that on the deflection. Celtics shooting down to 41%. Lakers at 31. Deflected by Farmar. Artest picks it up. Artest to the basket. Knocked out of bounds. Still Laker ball as Garnett goes crashing into the photographers along the baseline.
That wasn't a foul. Is that a foul?
No, he didn't call it. And Artest didn't seem to argue. So the Lakers inbound.
That's a foul. I give Artest a lot of credit for not arguing.
Bryant to Odom. Odom for three. And it's tipped back out. Lost. Allen picks it up. Allen on the drive. Blocking foul on Kobe Bryant. And that will be his third.
But on the contact, Ray Allen should have got that ball up in the air and shot free throws.
Really looked like an offensive foul. Without looking at the replay, Allen throws his shoulder down. No question about it. That's not a foul to me. That's an offensive foul.
Well, it's close. He's moving in a little bit at the end like that.
I think that's a block. I think that's a good call.
That means I'm right. Anytime you say something.
That's a good point.
Farmar bumping Allen. Rondo kicks it inside to Davis. Lost it. Gets it back. Shot clock winding down. Rondo looking for an opening. Feeds it inside. Garnett. Won't go. Pau Gasol with his 14th rebound of the night.
And the danger if you're the Celtics, you have an opportunity to create some space, create a gap. And you're allowing the Lakers to hang around.
Farmar. Shut off nicely by Rondo. Try again. Pass inside. Deflected by Davis. Big baby with good hands. Again, over the top to Garnett. Banks it in.
But again, if you're going to back off of Rondo, you cannot front the post. It's too easy offense for the Boston Celtics.
And Phil Jackson calls timeout. Rondo with his 8th assist. And Garnett, 15 points. Boston's lead back up to 4.
You're right. Farmar's backed off Gasol for the second time tonight. Fronting. Too easy of a pass. Good catch by Garnett. He's one of the few who's shooting well.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC. Brought to you by Budweiser. With full flavor and a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do.
It's a great American Friday on ESPN. First, the United States takes on Slovenia in a crucial match as the FIFA World Cup rolls on. Then golf's toughest test continues. The U.S. Open entering its second round at Pebble Beach all day Friday on ESPN. The NBA season coming to an end tonight. Game 7 of the finals. And with 9 minutes to go, Celtics by 4. Let's listen to a Doc Rivers huddle.
If you want this, go get it, all right? Go get it. Go get it. Keep pushing the ball up the floor.
It's a Celtic team that came into the playoffs. There are not many people, except in that Celtic locker room, who thought they'd do damage in the playoffs. But in the second round, they beat Cleveland, best record. Third round, Orlando, second best record. And now trying to knock off the LA Lakers for another title. Bryant draws the foul, and it should be 3 free throws. As Ray Allen got caught. Let's see what the call is from the two Crawfords. They're going to look at the replay and see if the foot was beyond the line.
And clearly a three-point attempt. Well, you can't see it, but he never moved his feet again after he elevated.
Yep. So he'll get 3 free throws with 8:46 remaining. He's even missed a couple of free throws tonight in what has been a very difficult shooting game for Kobe Bryant.
And I think this review actually helps the Boston Celtics. The reason why is because Doc Rivers made a gutsy play in taking Rondo out of the ball game. Referees say yes, Bryant will get 3 shots. But taking Rondo out of the ball game, putting in Nate Robinson, something that's a tough call as a coach. But what that time did, it allowed Rondo to get extra rest. So you don't have to keep him out as long as you would have intended to.
A. Robinson, acquired from the Knicks in midseason, has helped them win 2 big playoff games. Game 6 against Orlando, and that unbelievable bench performance in Game 4 of the finals. And Rondo will get a breather.
And remember, Mike, he started Game 2 here in the fourth quarter after sitting the entire first 3 quarters. He scored 7 important points. Doc Rivers, I give him credit. He has big guts.
He has put some faith into the littlest guy on the floor. His bench has come through for him a number of times. Robinson, case in point. And then Rasheed Wallace tonight moved from the bench to the starting lineup. By the way, Wallace, they were working on, his hamstring was tight. It wasn't his back that he was grimacing about before, Norris Burke telling us. Hits all 3, 1-point game.
You know, now Doctor is about to insert Tony Allen into the ball game. Awfully gutsy call inserting these guys when it matters most, when it's all on the line.
Pierce. Oden picks him up. Good help defense. Ray Allen on the drive. The floater. Shot's good. Maybe his toughest attempt of the night, and it goes in. He was 1 for 9 before knocking that down.
And again, that's great defense by the Lakers. That's outstanding defense, and Allen hits a tough run.
Bryant, double team. Again, they get it out of his hands. Artest, 1 dribble. Too strong. Davis rips down the rebound.
What he just did was a great defensive play. He doubled Bryant, rotated back, got inside, and then blocked out the longer Oden.
He's got 9 rebounds in 19 minutes off the bench. Robinson to the basket, high off the glass, won't go. Last touch by Robinson. And it's Laker ball with 7:45 remaining.
And last possession, too, for the Lakers offensively. If you're Ron Artest, forget about taking that dribble. Take the first shot when you're open.
And let's not underestimate if Fisher can't get back in this game. His value is not being on the court.
Gasol inside Artest. Carry and a foul. Lakers with a chance to tie it at the free throw line. Ron Artest having a terrific game now with 16 points.
Moving without the basketball, recognizing that Paul Pierce is a designated center fielder. Artest goes away and then gets into the paint area. Great unselfish play by Gasol.
Tie game. This crowd in a frenzy. Many on their feet here at the Staples Center. Ray Allen the drive. Tough shot and draws the foul. And with that, Rondo and Wallace come in. Big Baby Davis will sit down. Terrific job from Davis. As Ray Allen will shoot 2.
Good misdirection play, giving it to Robinson on a handoff, and then good use of the screen by Ray Allen, and unquestionably a foul.
4th foul on Kobe Bryant. That's his first miss of the finals. He was 21 for 21. So much time remaining. Crowd trying to rattle one of the great free throw shooters. And he calmly puts that in. I say calmly, who knows how hard his heart is beating right now.
Oh, you're a knockdown shooter. Calmly is the correct word.
Wallace back in on Gasol. Now Gasol to the basket. Blocked. Fight for it underneath. A scramble. And it's going to be Laker ball with 6 left to shoot. They have let them play right from the start of this game. There's been a lot of contact down low. And Pierce a little slow to get up. Yeah, that looks like a good block.
That's a good job of blocking the basketball without. Initially, it looked like a lot of contact, but that's a good job by Wallace, and KG helped.
That's not good officiating. That's great officiating. Because if you see his body, most people would have instinctively just called a foul.
Lakers have just 6 to shoot. Good ball denial from Ray Allen. They can't get it to Kobe Bryant. Shot clock at 3. Odom. Gasol tried to jam it in on the follow, and they call a foul. Rasheed Wallace has to be careful as he picks up his 5th personal, and that could be huge. Again, no Kendrick Perkins with that knee injury.
The importance of rebounding the basketball. So not only do you commit the foul, but you're in the penalty. So Pau Gasol going to the line.
What? Is that the penalty?
That's the 15th foul on the Celtics. And another missed free throw. They've missed 9 free throws, 13 for 22. Fisher back in for LA. And Davis is going to come in for Wallace after his 5th foul.
Again, with all these missed free throws, you have to make sure you're disciplined in your free throw rebounding.
There's on the lane, can go in on the release. Misses another. Gasol has played so well, has missed 5 of 7 from the line. 1 point Celtic lead. Here comes Odom on the double. Ray Allen looking, draws the foul, and he'll go back to the free throw line. And Derek Fisher picks up his 3rd personal.
But because the way that Kevin Garnett is facing and taking advantage of the Pau Gasol matchup, the Lakers forced to double team Garnett. He's a willing passer, puts Ray Allen in position to create that contact and go to the line. That's excellent offense and great patience by Garnett.
Allen was 1 for 2. Again, one of the best free throw shooters in the history of the NBA. But he has struggled shooting the basketball tonight. Just 2 of 10 from the field.
The Lakers allowed Garnett to play one-on-one all series long. But when it matters most, they're getting the ball out of his hands. So Lamar Odom comes from the weak side. Garnett delivers the pass on point to Ray Allen. Derek Fisher running at him, doesn't settle, and gets 2 free throws.
2 pressure shots there from Allen. Lead back to 3. With just under 6.5 remaining in the NBA season. Gasol calling for the ball. Back out Fisher. Fisher for 3. Bang! Tie game! Derek Fisher does it again in the postseason in a big moment. Rondo flips it up. That won't go. And a loose ball foul call against the Celtics. They're in the penalty, so Bryant will go to the line. And we'll have a timeout.
Well, they're posting Pau Gasol, and he's an excellent passer off the dribble. Rondo gives some help. That's an excellent closeout and a big-time shot.
5:56 remaining, 4th quarter, Game 7 of the NBA Finals. The NBA Championship hanging in the balance here at the Staples Center.
Thanks for watching ESPN on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
I want everybody to stay aggressive. I don't want any hero basketball. Trust each other. Everybody stay aggressive, all right? Movement, 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 movement.
Kobe Bryant with a 5 for 21 performance, but he's getting up at the most important time as the Lakers have tied it up.
Some nights, Gladys Knight, not feeling well. Well, the Pips got to hold her down. Lamar Odom offensively making a play. Pau Gasol doing what he does best on the block. Ron Artest moving without the basketball. Big-time three-point play and also solid D. And Derek Fisher, reliable, knocking down another big shot. And Brian says, thank you guys for giving me a chance and keeping me alive in Game 7.
And now Bryant will go to the line to give the Lakers their first lead since midway through the second. They trailed by as many as 13. That was in the 3rd quarter. And slowly chipped away at the lead. Bryant now 7 of 10 from the line. This might go down as one of the lowest scoring finals games in NBA history. but it has been, from a defensive standpoint, just so tough, so physical.
And you got to give credit to Bryant. Struggling all game long. This has been a bad game for him offensively. But the guy has 12 big rebounds. He's doing his job defensively and on the boards.
Their first lead of the second half. Lakers by 2. Just past the midway point, fourth quarter of Game 7. Good help from Gasol. Boy, both defenses just playing so hard. Ray Allen, way off the mark. Another rebound for Kobe Bryant.
And Coach, that's great D by Lamar, rotating to the body of Garnett, forcing him to get rid of the basketball.
Now, where are the Celtics going to find offense right now?
Bryant on the pull-up, puts it in. 4-point Laker lead, their largest of the game. Timeout, Boston.
Great players believe. Bryant saying, I'm going to roll these dice, and I bet not crap out. Knocks down a big-time jumper, and the bench enjoying.
Lakers, Celtics in the finals, Game 7, 1962. Bill Russell, 30 points, 40 rebounds. They won in overtime for their 5th title in 6 years. Then in 66, he had a broken bone in his foot. Russell still had 32 rebounds. Red Auerbach won his 8th straight title, his last game as coach. In 69, Jerry West, 42 points, a triple-double. He was the finals MVP, but Don Nelson's late shot, the difference. And the Celtics beat the Lakers again in a Game 7. Then in 84, Larry Bird, the finals MVP, but Cornbread Maxwell at 24 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Celtics 4 for 4 in Game 7s against the Los Angeles Lakers. And now the Lakers with a 4-point lead. It's been a 17-point turnaround here in the second half, but still plenty of time remaining. Garnett. Ray Allen driving. See Wallace back in. Pierce puts it up. Shot won't go. Bryant yet another rebound. 14 boards for Kobe Bryant. Celtics really struggling to score. With 7 points here in this fourth quarter. Shot clock at 5. Bryant backs in. Inside to Gasol. Tried to draw the foul, and he got it. A late whistle, but Kevin Garnett called for the personal. That's 4, and Pau Gasol back to the line. Gasol just 2 of 7 from the free throw line. Free throw so huge right now. See, Garnett tried to pull back, but couldn't.
That's a foul. A poor offensive sequence by the Lakers as Gasol knocks it in. As Bryant was into multiple dribbles, and Garnett made a mistake.
Jeff, what do the Celtics need to do here offensively?
They need Larry Bird right now because they need some offense. And I don't know where they're going to create it. The Lakers are playing great defense. Rasheed Wallace is open. He's going to have to be ready. He made a good play on an extra pass to Pierce, but they need something.
A 9-0 run for the Lakers. Ray Allen. Celtics, somebody needing to step up offensively. Allen the drive, gets inside, pretty good move, but he can't finish. And look who comes down with another rebound, his 15th in the game. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining. Allen all over Bryant. Bryant pulls up. Won't go. Garnett the rebound.
This is what they need, to push in transition.
But you see all 5 Lakers back. Pierce, jump shot, knocks it down. Big bucket for the Celtics. And that cuts into 4.
But a good play by Rondo, getting floppy action so he has options with Allen coming off one side and Pierce the other. Make the right decision.
Here's his first points here in the fourth quarter. Bryant back in his hands again. Bryant gets to the rim. Blocked and a foul. And Kobe Bryant will shoot free throws as Paul Pierce picks up his third.
And you can tell Bryant is sensing the finish line. Mind made up. Pierce, good job coming from the weak side. Certainly some contact, not allowing Bryant to get all the way to the cup.
And a mistake by Ray Allen. All his help was to his left. That's the way they've tried to influence him all series. And he allowed Bryant to rip it through and get to his right hand.
What a roller coaster ride these finals have been. Lakers taking game 1, Celtics coming back and winning a game 2 here at the Staples Center. And then going and winning game 3 and going up 2-1. And then the Boston bench tied it in game 4. Celtics winning back-to-back to take a 3-2 lead as they head back to Los Angeles. And the Lakers with that terrific performance in game 6. And what a turnaround here in game 7. Bryant 1 for 2, 5-point game.
And I'll tell you what, this is the best I've ever seen the Lakers defend. I mean, on point, switching, rotating, picture perfectly.
Both defenses have been amazing here tonight. Pass inside to Garnett. Garnett throws it down. 3-point game with 3 to play. Celtics and the Lakers for the NBA championship. Rondo goes for the steal. Pass inside to Gasol. And Gasol, nice head fake, draws the contact. That's 5 on Garnett.
Coach, this is exactly what you talked about, trusting each other and making the right play. Rasheed Wallace, high hands by Garnett, doesn't try to make the home run play, but an on-point pass, and Garnett finishing at the rim. And offensively for the Lakers, I like what Brian did. Take the double team and make the right play.
The Lakers with their 14th and 15th free throw attempts of the period.
And again, when they double Bryant, they've got to jam the lane and make the ball go to Odom or Artest and make them make a range shot. You can't just give up free throws.
Pau Gasol, 16 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block shot. Lakers by 5. Ray Allen trying to find some room. Again, terrific Laker defense. Allen the drive inside to Wallace. Wallace won't go. Gasol rebound knocked away, but picked up by Artest with under 2.5 to play. And a blocking foul call. More free throws for the Lakers. Lakers have outscored the Celtics 20-11 here in the fourth. 4 fouls on Pierce.
It's a poor foul. And again, the Celtics are going to look back and say, we didn't even make them make shots. We just put them at the line the whole fourth quarter.
Half their points coming from the line here in the period. Gasol misses again. 2:20 remaining.
And if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about going small to create some mismatch or more quickness where we can drive the ball, because right now we have no chance of getting off quality shots.
Both teams have multiple timeouts remaining.
He does the right thing, puts the ball in the hands of Paul Pierce. You expect to see a pick and roll where he's going to make a play.
And there's a foul. That's exactly what the Lakers do not want. And send Paul Pierce to the free throw line.
And not a smart play by Ron Artest, especially because you're switching pick and rolls. So your job is to just keep a body on him and then hand him off to the guy defending the screener. This is a bad foul by Ron Artest. Once again, Coach, what you talked about, giving up free points.
Pierce is perfect from the line. just 2 points here in the fourth quarter. He's an excellent free throw shooter. That makes it a 5-point game. Again, both teams multiple timeouts left. That one rolls around and drops in. And it's a 4-point game. Brings it across, Rondo on him. Ray Allen's on Kobe Bryant. Bryant to drive, Artest. Odom, in and out. And Pierce the rebound. Under 2 minutes remaining.
Great double team and rotation by the Celtics.
Pierce the drive, gets to the rim, blocked from behind. Wallace tries to save it, but he's out of bounds. Laker ball with 1:46 remaining. A number of players crashing into the stands. Wallace, a good effort, but he couldn't control it, and it's Laker ball.
Exactly what you want, though. We talked about Pierce getting into the seams, but great help defense by Powell and great hustle by Wallace, trying to save the basketball inbounds, sacrificing his body, but clearly out of bounds. Lakers get possession.
Gasol's second block of the game. Wallace on Gasol. Backs in, spins, fake, shot. It's good! Gasol got it to go! Timeout Celtics. Lakers by 6 with a minute and a half to play.
How about the Lakers going away from Bryant and going to Pau Gasol? Isolation, one-on-one with Rasheed Wallace. The pump fake, fundamentally sound. Lays it in. Big time move at a big time moment. Celtics down by 6 with a minute and a half left to go in game 7.
It's a great American Friday on ESPN. First, United States and Slovenia. And the FIBA World Cup as it rolls on. And then golf's toughest test, the U.S. Open, second round at Pebble Beach, all day Friday on ESPN. As we welcome you back, Game 7 of the NBA Finals from the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Tonight's aerial footage provided by MetLife. MetLife can help you tackle the ifs in life. Visit MetLife.com to learn more. 90 seconds remain in the NBA season. Pau Gasol and the Celtics up by 6 after Gasol with a difficult, tough shot. That was very close to traveling on this play as you see the timeouts remaining.
You can't come back down and land before you shoot. There Gasol has landed, the ball's still in his hands. That's a much tougher call when it's going full speed than on slow-mo.
Rondo will inbound. Still plenty of time remaining. Pierce looking for an opening. Wallace puts up the three. It's good! Wallace from downtown, and it's a 3-point game.
Doc Rivers is so good at designing plays out of timeout. Great patience by Pierce, allowing the play to develop.
Rasheed Wallace has made some huge plays tonight. Coming up on a minute remaining. Bryant looking. Artest, that's a three. Bang! Lakers by 6 with a minute to play. 20 points for Ron Artest. Under a minute remaining. Wallace back out to Rondo. Another three. Ray Allen from deep in the corner. Odom drives, Rondo trying to knock it away. 3 consecutive three-pointers here in the final 90 seconds.
And why aren't they matched up? Why is Rondo on Lamar Odom and Pau Gasol?
Bryant for 3. Won't go. Gasol the rebound. Kicks it back out to Bryant. Drives to the basket. And he's fouled a blocking foul on Wallace, and Bryant will shoot 2.
Coach, exactly what you talked about. Because of the not matching up, Rondo's forced to defend Pau Gasol, and he gets the offensive board.
And he has no chance to rebound with the length of Gasol. And they had plenty of opportunity.
let's just.
That foul on Rasheed Wallace, his 6th, so he is out. And now Kobe Bryant will shoot 2 with the Lakers holding on to this 3-point lead, 25.7 remaining.
Oh, Rasheed Wallace fouling out the game. Here's a guy all game long, all season long, telling his coach and the Celtics organization, I'm going to be ready when it matters most. He certainly responded. Give him credit. Outstanding postseason for Wallace.
Kobe Bryant 6 of 7 from the free throw line here in this 4th quarter. Lakers with 23 offensive rebounds. Celtics still with 2 timeouts remaining. Either team with a foul to give. Some big shots down the stretch. How about Ron Artest with his 2nd three-pointer?
And how about the trust? Bryant makes the play. Instead of trying to go for the home run, takes the double team and gets the ball to Artest, and he does the rest.
And you got to be happy for Ron Artest.
Down. Artest had his highs and lows during the course of the regular season and even in the playoffs, but he's come up with some huge performances. First, remember, in the conference finals against Phoenix, he had that tip in the follow to win Game 5, then had 25 points in Game 6. His terrific defense on Paul Pierce has been a big part of these NBA finals. All right, now 81-76, still 25.7 remaining. It's certainly not over for the Boston Celtics, but they're going to need some very quick buckets, Jeff, correct?
Well, exactly. And again, you've got to give a very good look to a quick 2, or if the 3 opens up, you got to knock it in. But you can't waste a lot of time getting into what you're doing.
Meanwhile, for the Lakers, again, they were down 13 in the 3rd quarter, struggling offensively all game long. Kobe Bryant struggling shooting the basketball, but all of a sudden, other different guys stepping up and making huge plays.
Well, they found a way to get it done on the defensive end until their offense came alive. Give them credit. When they needed stops most, they got it done.
And to me, it was all about getting into the penalty early. They lived in the penalty, they lived on the line, and that's how they were able to overcome the deficit.
Allen, Garnett, Rondo, Nate Robinson. Robinson, a very good three-point shooter. Watch frequently on these plays. The guy who inbounds the pass gets it back. Robinson, though, is cold, hasn't played in a while. Allen fires a 3. Short. Rebound lost. Picked up by Rondo. Rondo puts up a 3. Puts it in. Rondo from downtown. A 2-point game with 16.2 remaining. They have to foul. Rondo reaching in. And there's the foul. Or do they say it's just Laker ball?
They're saying Lakers ball out of bounds off of Rondo.
Yep. So now the Lakers will call timeout. 81-79, an unlikely three-pointer for Rajon Rondo. His first attempt from downtown in the game. And it keeps the Celtics' hopes alive. And the effort of Rondo to come up with the ball.
Give credit to the Celtics. This team has no quit in it. Finding a way to still grind it out and give themselves a chance. Rondo chasing down the loose ball. Knocks down the 3.
It's been like that all season for the Celtics and then here in the playoffs. But they're still down 2. All right, Jeff, obviously you try and steal the inbounds. How long do you wait? Do you try a couple of passes before you foul, or do you foul right away?
I'm going to foul right away. What you really need is time on the clock. And the officials right now are reviewing who the ball went out off of. And clearly, to me, that's Rondo. But you don't have time to waste right here.
Yep, Joe Crawford had a perfect look at it as Rondo deflected it. Rondo, the NBA steals leader, trying to come up with the biggest steal of his life. But knocked it out of bounds. And now, of course, getting the ball inbounds is huge. Off the timeout, they advance the ball to the front court, and they can throw it in the backcourt.
And if you're the Celtics, dictate who catches the basketball by overplaying Bryant, Fisher, make a bad free throw shooter go to the line or increase your percentages by fouling.
And I'm surprised Boston didn't put a bigger man on the ball. They have Nate Robinson playing in a center field position right here.
Odom looking, finds Vujacic, and Vujacic is fouled. Vujacic has only played 5 minutes, hasn't been to the free throw line. He's an excellent free throw shooter for his career at 88%. But here in these finals, he's only been to the line 4 total times.
It shows you the confidence that Phil Jackson has in him. Has him in the ball game, understanding the ball will find him, and he believes that he's an outstanding free throw shooter, and the time won't change.
Huge free throws here. Having to step up, not playing much in a pressure situation. NBA Finals Game 7. Vujacic, the 25-year-old from Slovenia, with a chance to make it a 4-point game. Oh, clutch free throws from Sasha Vujacic. And Doc Rivers calls his final timeout. Lakers by 4 with 11.7. Just inserted into the game. Vujacic. Again, I don't know if he was calm, but he looked at the free throw line. 2 perfect free throws. And Kobe Bryant, ever so closer to a 5th championship. Key here now, Boston out of timeouts. They obviously have to score as soon as they can, whether it's a 3 or 2, right, Mark?
It's got to be quick. And you can't fall in love with the three-point line. It's the ideal if you get a three-point shot, but you have to score quick. And then you got to foul whoever catches the basketball. The clock is not your friend, so it's important to score quick and then foul immediately. Looking to steal also.
Well, because you have no more timeouts left, so you really have to make sure you get the ball in right here.
Robinson, Allen, Pierce, Garnett, and Rondo. Rondo will inbound. 11.7 seconds remaining in a 4-point game. NBA championship coming down to the final seconds. You're Lamar playing inbounds passing. You should recognize where the shooters are coming off. Rondo looking, gets it to Pierce. Pierce turns, back out. Rondo fakes. Dribbles, puts up the 3, won't go. Rebound to Gasol, kicks it out to Odom. Odom throws it ahead. The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions. Such emotion on the floor here at the Staples Center as the Lakers win their 16th title. And this has to be one of the sweeter ones as they defeat the Celtics finally in a Game 7 and are now just 1 title behind Boston for the most NBA championships. And what a hard-fought, physical Game 7 this was. Had to come back from 13 down in the second half. Pau Gasol, the emotions flowing as he wins his 2nd straight championship.
And in truly great fashion. not offensively, but they won this title defensively. To seal the deal, you're talking about paying attention to detail, forcing Rondo into a tough one, and then securing the basketball. Getting it ahead, smart move by Lamar Odom. The Lakers finding themselves 2009-2010 champs. And Bryant loving the feeling of being a 5-time champ.
And first to win the back-to-back since Bryant and the Lakers doing it in 2000, 01, and 02. And he had a game 6 for 24. Couldn't find the basket, but had 15 rebounds and had plenty of help. And one man in his first year with the Lakers stepped up and had a huge game 7 with 20 points as Ron Artest. He's with Doris.
Well, he's an abject joy over his first title. And Ron, on a night where Kobe Bryant, his best attribute for most of the night was rebounding, what kind of satisfaction do you and Hal take that you were able to support him tonight?
Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody in my hood. Thank the Worldwide Warriors, Rockfell, my wife, Kim Shem, my family, my kids, everybody. I definitely want to thank my doctor, Dr. Sandy, my psychiatrist. She really helped me relax a lot. Thank you so much. It's so difficult to play. There's so much commotion going on in the playoffs, and she helped me relax. I thank you so much.
Ron, you were able to
knock down that 3.
Yes, that was a huge shot, your late 3. Yes, no question. Ron, again.
And my single coming out now, talk to me. I got a single, it's called Champion. I did a song called Champion last June.
I'm going to let him go, guys.
And the single is coming out. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
All right, Doris. Boy, Ron Artest has made the most of his second chance. He's worked so hard, personally and professionally, to overcome his past and some issues, as he referred to there. Hit the huge 3. He is not the perfect player. He's not the perfect person, but anybody who knows him well will swear by his loyalty and what a big heart he has. And he's come all the way from that Palace brawl in Auburn Hills to NBA championship with the Los Angeles Lakers. And in the biggest moment, in the biggest game of his career, he puts up 20 points and plays spectacular defense as well. And Derek Fisher joining Kobe Bryant with his 5th championship. We've got plenty more to come here from the Staples Center as these Lakers win back-to-back titles, and they get to do it on their home floor in front of an adoring crowd. Lakers win the 2010 titles. They beat the Celtics in Game 7. Los Angeles Lakers NBA champions once again. Pau Gasol, 3 straight finals, 2 titles since he's been here in Los Angeles, and letting it all hang out. Phil Jackson and Derek Fisher, their 5th championship together. Will Jackson be back? That'll be decided in a couple of weeks. And Kobe Bryant getting congratulations from the greatest champion in NBA history, Bill Russell. Bryant now will get his 5th ring. Right now, let's send it to PA announcer Lawrence Tanner.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, direct your attention to center court for the presentation of the Larry O'Brien Trophy and the 2010 Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP Award. Please welcome ABC's Stuart Scott.
Thank you very much. Here to present the Larry O'Brien Trophy to the Los Angeles Lakers is NBA Commissioner David Stern.
Thank you, Lakers and Celtics, for another classic. There have been 5 7-game finals between these 2 great teams and a record 12 NBA finals between them. Thank you for the dedication, the passion, the intensity, and the teamwork. The Celtics were a worthy Eastern Conference champion. Yes, they were. But the night belongs to the 2010 NBA champion, Los Angeles Lakers. Congratulations to Dr. Buss and the entire Buss family, to Magic Johnson and Mitch Kupchak, and the entire Laker organization. to Phil Jackson and his coaching staff, and of course, to these wonderful, wonderful, and talented Los Angeles Lakers. Congratulations to the fans for the now repeat LA Lakers 2010 NBA champions.
Let's bring in the greatest Laker of them all, my colleague at ABC and part owner of the Lakers, Magic Johnson. Magic, last year, Dr. Jerry Buss's son, Joey, told me standing in this podium, he said, now that we won, we need 2 to meet Boston, meaning Boston's 17 championships. Now you're 1 away. What does it mean to beat the team that you're chasing all time?
Well, first of all, let me congratulate the greatest owner in the world and Dr. Jerry Buss and the Buss family. Then I would also like to congratulate the back-to-back champions, the Los Angeles Lakers. Unbelievable. I want to say to the greatest coach in the world, Phil Jackson, and we do have the greatest player in the world, and Kobe Bryant. And I think all the hard work paid off with this team, but the credit goes to this team and Phil Jackson, but also to Dr. Jerry Buss for always putting the best product out on the court. And to the greatest fans in the world, the Los Angeles Lakers fans, here's your trophy.
Thank you very much, Magic. Let's bring in Dr. Jerry Buss. Dr. Buss, 16 NBA championships, back-to-back championships. Why is this franchise so successful?
I think it's maybe the crowd. I think it's the best crowd in all of basketball, and quite honestly, I'm very proud to be a part of that. I think we want it more. Everybody abuses LA, beat LA, beat LA. I think it gives us a lot of energy to come back and take it.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Buss. Congratulations. Let's bring in the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Phil Jackson. Where's Coach? There he is. Come on, you've won 11 championships as a coach. Step to the podium. Phil, how is this 11th championship different than, say, 9 and especially 10 last year?
I don't know if we'd won this game without these fans. Thank you. That was tough sledding out there tonight.
Your team shot 26% in the first half. You were down 13 in the third quarter. What's the most important thing you said to them during a timeout?
Keep rebounding the ball. Keep getting those loose balls.
Now, everybody knows when you win championships, you win them in clusters of 3 consecutive. You've won 2 straight now. When are you going to make the decision whether or not you want to come back to try again for another three-peat?
I got to take a deep breath. I got to take some time and think about this. This was great. I'll wait to make that decision in a week.
All right, Phil Jackson, congratulations. Now to present the Bill Russell Award for the NBA Finals Most Valuable Player Award 2010. Again, Commissioner David Stern.
It's an honor for me to be here in the presence of the ultimate champion, Bill Russell, after whom the Finals MVP trophy is named. And with over 28 points a game average, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, the 2010 Finals MVP and the winner of the Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP is none other than Kobe Bryant.
from one great champion to another. Kobe Bryant, your 5th NBA championship. How does this one stand out for you more than 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Well, this is the sweetest. You know, it's we've been downplaying the whole series, the rivalry between us and the Celtics, because we had to focus on what we had to do. But we understood how bad the city wanted it. You know, there's no question about it. And this one's by far the sweetest because it's against them, and because it's the hardest one by far.
You said we've been downplaying it, especially you were downplaying it. In fact, you even said, I can't get involved in the hype. How do you not get involved in the hype during the run?
You try not to. You try not to. You know, tonight it got the best of me. You know, I wanted it so bad, and sometimes you want something so bad it slips away from you. And my guys picked me up. I mean, I can't say enough about the Spaniard. I mean, that guy's unbelievable and just a hell of a player. And we wouldn't have won it without him.
15 rebounds. What were you, Kareem out there or what?
Well, we just had to crash the boards. You know, whoever won the rebound didn't matter, won each game. So you have to try to make a point to get in there and grab as many as I could.
You've been involved so far in one of Phil Jackson's 3 three-peats. You have a chance next year for your 2nd, his 4th. What are you going to say to him to try and convince him to come back?
Well, you know, he knows how bad I want him back. He knows that. I've told him that. I've been openly blunt about it and told him how much I want him back. And, you know, let's go for it again. Let's go for it again.
All right, congratulations to Kobe Bryant, his 2nd NBA Finals Most Valuable Player Award. Want to congratulate both the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. Together, these two franchises have won more than half of all NBA championships, 33 of 64, but especially congratulations to Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers, their 16th NBA championship. And now let's throw it back to Mike Breen.
All right, Stuart, this amazing rivalry gives us another memorable series. 12th time they meet up in the finals. Celtics still hold a 9-3 edge, but not tonight, as Kobe Bryant and his Lakers repeat as NBA champions. A hard-fought, physical, defensive battle. As Phil Jackson said, it was tough sledding out there. The whole game was a grind. And it was the Lakers that came out on top, coming back from 13 down to win the 2010 championship. More to come from the Staples Center.
The trophy represents all of that sacrifice and commitment that you put in.
You want to do everything in your power to keep it in your hands instead of somebody else's.
You know it's going to be hard, it's going to hurt, but the feeling of winning just overcomes all of that.
Buzzer goes off, you can't believe that you're actually hoisting that gold ball.
Once again, the final score in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, the Lakers 83 and the Celtics 79. Now, except on the West Coast, stay tuned for your late local news, Nightline, and Jimmy Kimmel Live over most of these ABC stations. As the Lakers win, such a heartbreaking finish to what has been a remarkable playoff run for the Boston Celtics and an extraordinary turnaround from the regular season. Many doubted the Celtics coming into the playoffs, but they beat Cleveland, beat Orlando, and made it all the way to Game 7. But this is going to be a tough one to forget as they come oh so close to winning an NBA championship. And now many questions. Will Doc Rivers be back? Will Ray Allen be back? As the Celtics will have a difficult flight home to Boston, but they played a tremendous game here tonight. Not the prettiest mark, but typical of them, just all grit and effort that just came up short.
Oh, you talked about it. Typical Boston Celtics. Did not quit. Doc Rivers did an outstanding job. Great leadership. No excuses. They left it on the floor. They should be awfully proud of what they were able to accomplish.
And Jeff, an interesting offseason for them, whether or not Doc Rivers returns. They're losing Tom Thibodeau, the terrific assistant coach. Ray Allen might not be back, so it's going to be a busy offseason for them.
It is, but as you mentioned, Mike, I love their competitive spirit. Their initial defense tonight was as good as I've ever seen. They just couldn't secure the ball enough and keep the Lakers off the free throw line.
down the stretch of the game.
And again, the Lakers coming back from 13 down in the second half. All right, from Los Angeles, again, a tremendous back-to-back accomplishment. You got Kobe Bryant signed a 3-year extension. Pau Gasol did the same thing. Artest and Odom were signed. The really big question, obviously, is Fisher, and will Phil Jackson return?
Well, a great accomplishment. Total team effort winning this championship. Brian touched on it, how tough it was to get it done. They got it done defensively and collectively. And I just want to make a point. Stuart Scott introduced Magic Johnson as the greatest Laker ever. I say move over, Magic. Kobe Bryant has now officially supplanted him as the greatest Los Angeles Laker of all time.
Well, even on one of his worst offensive nights, particularly in such a deciding game, I was impressed by how their balance came through, and his ability to plays was so important to the victory. But going forward, there's no reason they couldn't three-peat.
All right, two great teams with the Lakers and the Boston Celtics, and we want to congratulate a third great team, our crew all season long, led by producer Tim Corrigan and director Jimmy Moore, a group of professionals. We salute you because they're champions for us every single year, and a spectacular job done by all. So thanks to the gang. Meanwhile, the Lakers, now time to celebrate and enjoy. It had not been an easy season for them. Again, they finished the end of the regular season with some struggles and some real health concerns coming in, especially Kobe Bryant. They were tested in the first round by Oklahoma City, swept Utah. Phoenix gave them a battle. And question marks all along the way as Kobe Bryant celebrating with his team. You know, he made such a big deal of Pau Gasol, and what was nice to see is Gasol getting the credit from his teammates and now around the world. The guy he's not the most physical player. He's just a very special basketball player, one of the best big men in the world.
Well, think about it. He was off to a rough start himself to start that game. To come through down the stretch after you struggle, that requires a mental toughness, which is superior to a physical strength.
And, you know, a guy from New York, from your hometown, Mark, Ron Artest, you hear him, he even thanked a psychiatrist with Doris Burke after the game. For him to go from where he came to now become an NBA championship it's nice to see.
And he should be awfully proud because he didn't want to go down as a guy that won a championship on the back of Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol. He put his stamp on this ball game. They dared him to beat him. He made shots, and he also did it exactly the way Phil Jackson designed it when they thought about bringing him here, by shutting down the opposing team's best offensive weapon. Stellar job by Ron Artest.
A celebration underway, and it will last a long, long time. The Los Angeles Lakers win the championship, led by Kobe Bryant. He's a 5-time champion now and a 2-time Finals MVP. This magnificent player adds another chapter to his legendary career. Pau Gasol, 3 years in LA, 3 finals, 2 championships. As good a big man as there in basketball throughout the world. Derek Fisher, the trusted running mate. He's got 5 titles of his own with the Lakers. And Phil Jackson now a staggering 11 championships as a head coach. One of the most outstanding and decorated coaching careers in any sport. As the Los Angeles Lakers celebrate their back-to-back titles. Lakers and the Celtics. It just sounds right at this time of year. Rondo. Oh, what a fake, and he lays it in. Oh, blocked by Bryant. Oh, blocked by Tony Allen. He came from nowhere. And the backs out a 3. Well, that's an NBA Finals record. Stolen by Bryant. Puts up the 3. Bang! Davis the rebound. Backs it in. And a foul. Here's able to come over and throws it to Rondo. Rondo the layup. He backs it in. Shannon Brown. Wow! Tonight, a champion will be crowned. They let them play early. Blocked by Wallace. And Gasol with an excellent second effort. And oh, he blocked it. Terrific block from Pau Gasol. Gets it back and puts it up and in. Fisher for 3. Bang! Bryant on the pull-up. Puts it in. Shot. It's good. Gasol got it to go. The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions. Fitting in to the NBA season, the 2 most successful and storied franchises in NBA history battle for 7 hard-fought, intense games. Lakers and Boston. This time the Lakers emerge as champions. Thanks for watching. the NBA Finals.